Alright, I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM RUCHA. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is, But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. But before I get into that, this is Elder Menadezak's page, Jacob Barak, Elder Bishop Menadezak from the New York camp. And, you know, as you can see, he only has 742 subscribers, and try to get him over that 1,000 mark. So, you know, brothers, sisters, go over there and subscribe to the Elder's page. That way, you know, because they've been hitting them hard, you know, so it's harder for them to go live, you know, because their pages are getting taken down. So if you could get this up to at least 1,000 subscribers or more, you know, Lord's will, they can use this page to go live. So I put the description, I put the address in the chat because I didn't get a chance to put it in the description box. So I'm putting it in the chat again so you brothers and sisters could go there. If you can't get it, then just type in Jacob space Barak. Alright? Or you can see the address up here if you could see it, you know, and just type that in. Alright, so with that, we're going to get into this lesson. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. This is some information that was sent to me by Elder Yashawamba. I'm just going to do like a little brief lesson on it. And then Lord's will, if the Spirit hits me later to do another lesson, I will. What you're looking at here is that so-called model. Looks like a thing, you know. But this is the so-called model, crown with a K, but you know what I mean, COVID. You know, that's the name of this thing here. And pretty much there's a video online where they were this thing was modeling, and the woman, I think, said, you know, K, you know, OVID, put your mask back on, you know. And it happens to be the same colors as the so-called, you know, Crown 19, you know. So what you brothers already know about this, but I just went to this because it shows you how they've been manipulating certain things, and they're doing it, you know, like Elder Yashwamba also put me on to the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight. There's a scene, or there's a word on the wall, and it's circled in yellow. Just part of the word is circled in yellow, and the word that's circled in yellow is ILL, or ill. And the referee's last name, I believe his first name was Ray. His last name is Crown, but in Spanish, CORONA. So you know this. You know, these devils are playing with these stupid ass people out here, you know. So he sent me also this information. Well, I found this one on Daily Mail, but he sent me something else. This was a drill that they had going on. It says codename Panacea, military and NHS hold trial run for vaccinations, right, or vaccinations, Salakia. It says the NHS and military yesterday held a trial run at one of the first mass vaccination sites where tens of thousands of patients will be immunized. The drill, codename Exercise Panacea, took place at Ashton Gate Football and Rugby Stadium in Bristol. Approximately 7 region hubs will be used to vaccinate the wider population as GP surgeries target at-risk patients, and hospitals are used to immunize NHS and care home staff as well as some patients. Now when we scroll down here, it says the drill yesterday follows an earlier live play field exercise codenamed Exercise Asclepius that took place at Epsom Downs Racecourse in October to gauge the capabilities of mass vaccination centers. So he sent me this. Well, he sent me screenshot of this this exercise, live field exercise, codename Asclepius. Then he sent me some other information, and I found, you know, another screenshot of Asclepius. And Asclepius, or Asclepios, was the god of medicine. All right, now check this out. He was also the patron god and reputed ancestor of the Asclepiades, the ancient guild of doctors. See, it says Asclepios was the son of Apollon and the Tricaine princess Coronis. See, you can see it right there. So these, you know, these devils are the Lord gave them. I'm gonna try to see if I can make that bigger. Right there. So Asclepios, you know, his mother's name was Princess Coronis. And you got one with a K, one with a C. So you know, you can't make this stuff up, man. These devils, you know, the Lord gave them, you know, the ability to be wise on the left-hand side. And we know that what the scriptures say about that. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus, the 19th chapter, and the 22nd verse. It says, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sin is prudence. Right? So now you've seen that the code name was Asclepius. We read about Asclepius, his mother's name. She was a princess. You know, you got it there. K, you know, the crown 19. You know, then you had a so-called model named, you know, crowned with a K, you know, COVID. Then you had the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight. You had ill. Then the referee's last name was Crown, but in Spanish, Corona. You know, so these devils, they're playing around. This is Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. And this is why the Lord says that they accomplish a diligent search. They accomplish a diligent search. Now, when you look up some of these words for forgers, right? Forgers is the word topal, to smear, plaster over, stick, glue. To stick on as a patch, figuratively to impute falsely, forge, sew up. So what they're doing is they're sewing up. They're taking a little piece here, a little piece over here, a little piece from here. The Mike Tyson, Roy Jones fight, little piece there, another little piece over here, a speech that Trump might give, or a speech that Biden might give, you know, or a speech that Fauci might give. You know, that's what Dollar Vigilante calls him, Fauci. You know, they talk about the Corn Julio and another, you know. So what they're doing is they're taking everything and patching it all together. You know, acting as if it's just different instances, but it's all the same instance for the same thing, which is, you know, the New World Order, to get this New World Order cracking and popping. So then when we go back, it says forger of lies. The word there is shaquar. Lie, deception, disappointment, falsehood. So it's a deception under the guise of helping out, you know? And that's all it is. It's a deception under the guise of helping out. And what does the scripture say about that? Let's go real quick to Psalms 55 and 21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's pretty much what it is. And when you read the 20th verse, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. Because, you know, although Jake is unruly, but they're not doing anything to this devil to deviate them from their living or whatever the case may be. So they're as we read over Psalms the 10th chapter, you know, Psalms the 63rd chapter, you know, Psalms the 83rd chapter, they're constantly always, you know, pushing for the destruction of Jake, because that's at the end of the deal, that's what it's all about. It's the total destruction of the Israelites. So beginning with the so-called Negroes, which are the head tribe, the so-called Latinos, Native American Indians, you know. Those are we're the main threat to this devil. No, it's not 63. Or is it 64? Nope. Thought it was 63. Let me just type this in. Oh, forgot the X. Oh, Psalm 62. But Psalm 63 was good too. Psalm 62 and 3. How long will you imagine mischief against a man? Yeah, because that's what they're imagining. Mischief. Imagine mischief. The word for mischief is hathath. Hathath. To shoot at, be frantic at, assail, break in, overwhelm. Imagine mischief. So this is Jacob's trouble. It's going to be an overwhelming, a breaking in. It's going to be a flood. That's what the Lord said, that they shall be as madmen, sparing none. You know? Because that's what they're going to do. They're going to come upon Jake, you know, pretty much unaware. And this video that Elder Manazak is doing now, which I ran across a article, blackmail you to take the max, you know. And there's an article that just came out today, I believe it was, that's going into that you know, that will people be willing to get jabbed up in order to get that next stimulus check, you know. So these devils are very, 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 very clever, but that's because the Lord gave them that on the left-hand side. So it goes on to say, how long will you imagine mischief against a man? You shall be slain, all of you, as a bowing wall shall you be, and as a tottering fence, because eventually the Lord is going to cast their so-called New World Order down, put them in hardcore slavery, and after a period of 1,000 years, they're going to be exterminated. Talking about E. It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. Whose excellency? The Israelites' excellency. Because this is against Israel. This ain't against, you know, Moab and Ammon or the other nations. This is all against the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. That's why there's a campaign to get so-called blacks, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native American Indians vaccinated. I mean, come on. How much blatant can you get? You know, I was reading up. Well, I didn't read up on it. I kind of just browsed because I was looking for the woman's name. Because Elder Apostle Gabar did a video and he mentioned the Tuskegee experiment. So I looked her name up. I forget what her name is. I copied and pasted and put it on the Apostle's page. And now you can't, when you try to put a link, a video link or you know, or anything that has a link on the web, on the comment board, they remove it right away automatically. You know? So, you know, I put the name of the chick there, and you had that, the Tuskegee experiment. Then you had the situation down in Guatemala, you know, where they injected, you know, the Israelites down there with I believe it was syphilis also, or something else. You know, there's certain places where in South America they'll take the native women and sterilize them without their consent. You know, so there's all kind of foul shit going on, man. It's a eugenics program, and who's the main ones on the forefront of that? You Israelites. This is not a coincidence. This is not something that just happened. You know, this is serious business, you know, because this is the time of Jacob's trouble. It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless it with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. So going back to here, you have forgers of lies, and then you have the word physicians, which goes back to the word rapah, which means to heal, make healthful, you know, to heal of the Most High, heal a physician of men. But what they're saying here is they're physicians, they are doctors, right? But they are alayal of naught, good for nothing, worthless, a physician, a shepherd, a divination, a false god. So really we're dealing with here someone that's worthless, because their stuff is worthless. That's why people get more sick. And those drugs that they give the people pretty much keep them, you know, alive enough to for them to collect dough from them, you know? And that's pretty much what it is. You know, see, vanity, weakness, vain physician, vain comforters. All right, so let's read this again and we can close out. Like I said, you know, Lord's will. I'm going to recap before I close out Job 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies, you are all physicians of no value. So we have this military drill that took place, which was an exercise, and the drill's code name is Asclepius. And Asclepius, we read, he was a so-called god of medicine, you know, and his father's name was Apollon, and his mother's name Tricaine, princess. There you go, Coronis. So you this is a cunningly devised situation that they're using here, and the Lord gave him that wisdom on the left hand side, which is not really wisdom, but the Lord gave it to them on the left hand side. See, here goes the god Asclepius, parents Apollo, and you got it. All right, medicine, doctors, Mount Olympus, and everything goes back. You know, with Esau goes back to Greece. You know, which that was all Jake. Jake made up all of those different myths and stuff like that. But like everything else, Esau always takes it. You know, so with that, you know, I pray that your brothers have been edified. To the next time I say, Shalom.